Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to my channel. This is Autumn the Mage. Well, the channel is Autumn the Mage. My name's Ashley, but anyway, thank you for watching the video. The reading is a general reading in regards to love for Aquarius. Because it's general, it might not resonate with you, but if you were drawn to the video, then perhaps there is a message intended for you. Or perhaps the entire message is yours, but if some aspect of it really doesn't fit, if it doesn't feel like your story, don't try to force it. Just take what resonates for you and leave the rest behind. We're starting here with the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. We're drawing a card for your energy and a card for the energy of the person connecting with you. And then we're also going to draw the energy that connects the two of you. There's a lot of the word connect just then, but anyway. So for you, the card that we get is card number 7, which says Waning Crescent 5, Nourishment. I think that the moon is a hunk of cheese. Look at that. I think it's a cheesy moon. Sorry. Cheesy moon. Okay, I'm sorry. That was cheesy. But I think the moon looks like a hunk of cheese. So, nourishment. Let's get a card for the energy of the person connecting with you. The energy of the person connecting with Aquarius, please. Sorry. Can I please get a card for the energy of the person connecting with Aquarius? All right, oh wow, that's a nice card. Card number 32, the Egg Moon, Trust. Oh look, there's a person inside this egg. It's interesting to see so many, like, because all of these cards are like, nighttime scenarios because they're about the moon, It's so interesting to see ducks awake at night. Maybe that sounds crazy, but stands out to me in that picture. Can we please get a card for the energy connecting Aquarius and this person? What's the energy connecting them? Oh, I get 2 cards. We get the Blue Moon, the Unexpected, card number 43, and Pleasure. Wow, card number 18, the Waning Gibbous 2. And actually, the Unexpected is just as it states here. Okay, once in a blue moon. A blue moon is a full moon that happens twice in a month. The second full moon in a month. Okay, and it's very rare, and so that's why they say once in a blue moon. But it's something, the blue moon itself is something very rare, but not necessarily unexpected. That just like stood out to me all of a sudden. The blue moon, I mean, they know it's going to happen before it happens. So it's not unexpected, but it is quite rare. And so it's kind of celebrated, So when they say once in a blue moon, but the unexpected card represents something that you don't expect, and perhaps the connection is unexpected. I'm not sure, but Pleasure, this card actually refers to having been in a time of like working really hard and just like being weighed down by outside sources, like so many things that are requiring from you and like really feeding into all of those things. And then this happens, you take a step back from all of that and you focus on just joy and pleasure. Okay. So the energy that is connecting you is possibly this, maybe an unexpected, like, I want to say vacation, because when you say vacation, like people think of relaxing and they think of just like enjoying themselves, but I don't actually think that there's like a trip involved here. Just like suddenly taking a break and focusing on the connection and focusing on well, what brings you joy, what brings you pleasure, you know? So that's good energy to be connected in, I would say. But yeah, I want to clarify these cards real quick with tarot. My desk space. I feel like it's closing in constantly. Constantly running out of room. Okay, we're going to clarify these. All right, we're going to start with you, nourishment. And this energy is actually about focusing on, it's actually both of these energies, really, both of them are focused on self, because this trust card is actually about self-trust and it knowing that you can trust yourself and yeah, knowing that you know what's right for you and trusting yourself to guide you in the way that you want to go. You know, this whole card here is about self-trust and knowing that you're capable and believing in yourself. That's what this is about. And nourishment here is about feeding your soul, really. Nourishment, I mean, sometimes it can be about actual like feeding yourself the proper food, because we eat food for the wrong reasons. And so it can be about like eating correctly, but actually the card is about self-care and it's about nourishing your soul. And if you've been living a life where every day you're doing something that fights against what your soul desires, then that makes you irritable. It makes you fussy, you know, it makes you angry for no reason. It makes you less patient. And so if you're doing that, you need to, this energy here is like stepping out of that and focusing back on what you need and what you require and what nourishes your soul and living according to that. The card that we get is that just fell out was the Hierophant, which is about a deeper understanding. The Hierophant represents, I mean, in relationships, it can be like a marriage card, or it can be like a deeper connection, like taking that next step with someone, you know, moving forward with somebody. And maybe it has to do, maybe that's what this nourishment has to do with, like your desire to move forward in this connection. And maybe you've been holding yourself back, possibly. I mean, but the Hierophant itself is about a deeper connection and a deeper understanding. And this could be just having a deeper understanding of yourself, you know, knowing what you require, understanding yourself better than you did before, really like seeking out an understanding and choosing to nourish your soul. And perhaps you're new to this whole world of tarot and spirituality and all of that, and maybe that's a step you're taking, and following that step you feel is really nourishing, you know, following your heart and feeding your soul, really. I mean, that's a way to take that anyway. Can we clarify this trust, the egg moon? We get the Magician. Yeah, see, this card, like I said, is knowing that you're capable, trusting that you have everything that you have the ability to accomplish whatever it is that you want. This is about self-trust and self-belief. And then we get the Magician to create what you want. The Magician has all of the tools necessary to do whatever it is that they want to do. And they know it, and they it's a very powerful energy, this Magician, because you can create whatever you want when you really believe. When you believe first that you can, when you believe that you will, and when you like truly have faith that whatever it is that you're looking for is going to be yours, then that's when you manifest it. And so trusting themselves so that they can manifest what they want. That's excellent energy to be in. Both of you are really in great energy, truly. Can we get clarification for the unexpected and pleasure? which sounds awfully nice. Can we please clarify? Maybe the tarot feels there is no explanation needed there. Also, if we examine something too closely, then we take away that unexpected element of it. You know what I mean? Can you clarify these cards? We get the Page of Cups, which the Page of Cups is sometimes an apology. I don't think that's necessarily what's happening here. I don't think that's what's happening, but possibly. Okay. The Page of Cups, though, is about a small, like, gesture of affection. It's a, yeah, like a dipping the toes into the water. It feels like this might be a new connection between the two of you. I mean, we're not very far into this, but like perhaps a newer connection. And because the Page of Cups is very gentle, you know, it's very light approach towards something. So let's go ahead and take a look now. I want to see how this person looks at you. Like, how do they see you, Aquarius? We're going to take a look. How does this person see Aquarius? How do they feel about Aquarius? And what are their hopes for the future with Aquarius? So we're going to start with, how do they see you? How does this person see Aquarius? This deck here is called the Spirit Song Tarot. And I really like the art. I really like the whole deck. It's really pretty, but the cards have a slightly different meaning than, I mean, some of them are exactly the same, but some of them have a slightly different meaning than what they do in traditional tarot, which adds a little note of challenge as far as reading them goes, because you have to factor in their meaning in this deck, you know. But how does this person see Aquarius, please? How do they see Aquarius? We get the Seven of Crystals, which is the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. How does this person see Aquarius? Can I get one more? And the Seven of Feathers. Wow, that's two sevens there. And that's funny because look, this card here, this Nourishment card is also a 7. So I don't know if 7s mean something to you or are important in this connection possibly, but it's a lot of 7s. So they see you as the 7 of Crystals, which is the 7 of Pentacles, and that says options and results down here. The 7 of Pentacles, though, is somebody who is not only willing, but like they've proven that they will remain dedicated and like put in the work. It may also mean that they think that you're like waiting for something. In the Seven of Pentacles, we have worked really hard to nourish these plants, okay, these pentacles. Pentacles just represent something that we focused on, and we've worked really hard at nourishing them, and now we're waiting for them to blossom. And so they either see you as someone who's willing to do that, or they see you as someone who has and is now waiting for something, like you're on pause sort of, and waiting for it to come, waiting for them to blossom. The Seven of Feathers represents swords, and the Seven of Swords is actually kind of like being kind of sneaky, you know. But here it says preparation and resourcefulness. I think that's interesting because both of these cards, I mean, the Seven of Pentacles, the original, like, I mean, in tarot, it talks about having done all of that work, you know, preparation and resourcefulness. I'm going to clarify these, but I don't think that they think that you're sneaky, but definitely resourceful is a nice way of saying, like, you could get it done, you know, you'll find a solution, you'll work it out, kind of. energy. Let's go ahead and take a look at how they feel about you, Aquarius. How does this person feel about Aquarius, please? The person connecting with them, how do they feel about Aquarius? Interesting cards to come out. So the first one that came flying out was Transformation, card number 13, which I actually think it says transition and liberation, which is like setting yourself free. How do they feel about you? Transformation. Perhaps their feelings are transforming. Perhaps their feelings are changing. We definitely need to clarify. I'm pretty sure that this is the Death card, though, in traditional tarot, which is about transformation, okay, and about change. Possibly about something ending and something else coming out of that. The next card that comes out is Justice, which says truth and clarity here. And they either feel like it's something that is currently existing in this connection, like there is a fairness to it, there's a truth, there's a balance to it, or they feel like that is something that they want to be in the relationship. We also get 5 of Shells, which is the 5 of Cups, and in the 5 of Cups, that's disappointment normally. But as advice, when you look at the 5 of Cups, it's telling you, hey, there's positives, there's positive opportunities right there behind you, because in the 5 of Cups, we're focused on our sadness, we're focused on how things haven't turned out how we wanted them to. And so as advice, it says, hey, there's opportunities there. And in this deck here, it shows hope and readjustment as the definition of this card, really. And when I look at this image, I see all this potential up here, like there's this focus on this one, but there's like all of this potential up here, and it feels like a card of potential. But you know what? We're going to clarify all of these. See, remember how I was saying how this deck challenges me, because there's the traditional meaning of the card, and then there's how they define the card. And let's take a look at their hopes. What do they hope to have in the future with Aquarius? What does this person hope for in the future with Aquarius? Four of Shells. What does this person hope for in the future with Aquarius? Oh, we got 3 cards. 9 of Shells, which is wish fulfillment, and 3 of Feathers, which is, oh my gosh, 3 of Swords, basically. So we have the 4 of Cups, and the 3 of Feathers, and then we have the 9 of Shells. That is so, what an interesting mix. 4 of Shells, it says soul-searching reevaluation. And in traditional tarot, the 4 of Cups would be someone who's not really focused on reality, like not really focusing on the situation. They're focusing on what the situation isn't, sort of. But also like they are... like they got exactly what they were looking for or what they were asking for, but it's not as awesome as they thought it would be, kind of energy, which would be a weird thing to hope for. But down here it says soul searching and reevaluation, which, I mean, it could be just like self-reflection that they're hoping to focus on. The 9 of Cups, the 9 of Shells here, gratitude and fulfillment. And the 9 of Cups represents, every wish coming true. It's wish fulfillment. And I mean, gratitude and fulfillment, that's pretty much what it is. So wanting to be grateful, wanting to be happy, wanting to have all that they hoped for and be happy with it, be really grateful for it, which is almost like a contrast, like the opposite of 4 of Shells, the traditional 4 of Cups anyway. but we're going to clarify because I want to understand that better. And then Three of Feathers, it says release and recovery. And the Three of Feathers is the Three of Swords. And this energy up here doesn't really look like people who are like trying to run from each other or trying not to be in a relationship with each other. So, but there are a lot of cards here in tradition, in like a different deck, I would say, is like this person wanting to walk away. I don't know how to lay these cards out. I'm going to move them so that for my own, sorry, I need them to look pretty on my desk or it will drive me crazy. Sorry. Okay. So here we have what they think of you, what they feel for you, what they hope for you in the future. Hope with you in the future. So now we're going to clarify because, like I said, in traditional tarot, I would read this situation as them trying to get away, kind of. Let's start here with how they see you. Seven of Crystals, options and results. Can you clarify this for how this person sees Aquarius? Judgment and Four of Pentacles. So the Judgment card is a reconciliation card, but it's also a card of acceptance, forgiveness, peace, like releasing ourselves from, from our pain, from our disappointments. But Four of Pentacles is holding on. So Judgment, like I said, could be reconciliation, wanting to reconcile. Four of Pentacles is holding on tightly to something. And it's really funny to get a card of release paired with a card of holding on too tightly. That's interesting. Seven of Crystals, options and results. Seven of Pentacles. The Judgment card can also be a choice, I know it's sometimes described that way. I don't often see it that way because the Judgment card is really just so it's like opening the doors to all those options, just like this card says here, options and results. Maybe they see that you have opened so many doors to yourself, like so many doors for yourself. Because when we release, we drop the walls around us. When we step into that Judgment energy, we forgive everything, we forgive it, we let it go. And when we do that, all the walls fall down around us and the possibilities are just endlessly open, which is how we have that opportunity to reconcile with someone, because we've closed them off with our pain and our fear, and when we drop that, we open that door to them again. And so the Judgment card is about opening up all those options for yourself, okay? But then not wanting to let go. You're holding on. They see you as having the choices, having the option to move like elsewhere, but not letting go. Let's take a look at this Seven of Feathers. Seven of Feathers, preparation and resourcefulness. Please clarify the Seven of Feathers. The Seven of Swords, preparation and resourcefulness. Please clarify this for how they see Aquarius. The Eight of Swords, which is being trapped. Well, the King of Cups and the Nine of Swords. So the King of Cups is someone who feels a lot of emotion. The Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords, both of this is just really heavy. Air energy, you are an air sign, but this is really like being trapped in your thoughts, really stressing about something. The King of Cups is having a lot of emotion, but not really expressing it. So preparation and resourcefulness. Seven of Feathers. If we were looking at this as the Seven of Swords, we'd have the seven, I mean, it is the Seven of Swords, really. So if you look at this, we have the 7, the 8, and the 9. I mean, that's how they came out with the King of Cups right here, in between the 8 and the 9, which is weird. It's almost like forward motion, you know, 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. It's about progression, okay? That stands out, but progression in this way is not exactly, if we look at traditional tarot, this would be deception. This would be trapping ourselves in our thoughts, and then this would be like almost agonizing over it, okay? Well, I did this to myself by choosing that feeling like I needed to use this deck. Preparation and resourcefulness. And then we get the 8 of Swords, which is feeling trapped. The King of Cups and the 9 of Swords. Yeah, and agonizing over how much you feel, all that you feel. They kind of see you as, yeah, maybe that you're kind of being, yeah, a little bit manipulative or tricky because of, well, because of emotions, because of love, but you're really being, you're overthinking it. You're thinking too much, and that is trapping you. And so you're like trying to maneuver the situation with logic instead of just like approaching it with your cups, or approaching it from a place of your heart. You're like overthinking and trapping yourself, and because of this, you're like trying to, yeah. I hope that what I just said made sense. Like you're trying to, um, you're not coming at it from a heart space. You're coming at it from a logic space, and you're trying to like move around in that space and like create things and make things happen in that space, with, instead of letting your heart guide you. And now I just want to remind you, this is their perception. Like this is their view. This is how they see you, which isn't necessarily what you're doing, but it is what they see. Yeah, this makes more sense to me now, because you are stuck, because they see you having all these options, but you're holding on, and you're not, you're holding on tightly to something. So it's like you're causing this, you're on pause, okay, with the 7 of Pentacles. You're waiting, because you won't let go of something, and you're waiting for that something to pan out, but they see you as having all of these options, all of these opportunities out there. That's really interesting energy to see you in. They see you as just not letting go of something. You're really holding on tightly to it, and because you're overthinking it and you won't let it go, and so you're like kind of manipulating your way around to trying to hold on to and trying to get to whatever this is, and not like allowing yourself, you're not setting yourself free, you're trapping yourself. That's how they see you. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at how they feel about you. I wanted to point out, because I forgot, the Hierophant is Taurus energy. The Magician is Virgo and Gemini. The Justice is Libra. Transformation, that's the Devil. No, that's Death, which is Scorpio energy. Okay, that's all of them that I see here. I just forgot to say them, so I wanted to, while I thought about it, let's take a look at how they feel about you. That 13, Transformation. Please clarify the transformation, transition, and liberation. Please clarify that for how this person feels about Aquarius. Yeah, we get the 10 of Wands. We get the 10 of Wands paired with the 6 of Swords. Sorry, my son was looking for his brother and decided to check my room. 10 of Wands paired with the 6 of Swords. So yeah, this is, the 10 of Wands is a feeling, it's feeling weighed down, but it's having so many obligations, so many responsibilities, you know, that it really weighs you down. I really didn't notice this before, but it's a woman down here. See, this is the woman. This is her body. And she's holding up all of this, which is all things that mean a lot to her. She doesn't want to put them down, but it's heavy, you know, it's really heavy. And the Six of Swords is about moving into a place of peace. And being at peace. And sometimes that's using logic or truth to get there, to calm our emotions, to kind of cool our emotions and move to a place of peace. So the transformation is that they felt very heavy, felt very burdened. Okay. And now they're kind of calm. They don't feel it. They don't feel so overwhelmed by their emotions. Okay. Because we are asking about how they feel about you. And so, yeah, they feel like they no longer feel burdened. They feel lighter energy here. Okay. That makes sense with that. That card there says liberation, you know, and it's, if you imagine carrying all the weight of that 10 of Wands and then putting that down, that would be very liberating. So they feel lighter in this connection. Can we clarify the Justice card? Wow. Truth and clarity. Justice, truth, and clarity. And we get the Knight of Wands, which is very passionate energy. Can you please clarify the Justice card? Truth, clarity, balance. That's what justice represents. We get the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands. And that's just a lot of passion right there. The Queen of Wands is this fire energy, so that's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, which might be who you're dealing with here, or it may just be that this person has a lot of passion. There's been a lot of passion in this connection. They find you very attractive. They find you alluring. Yeah, there's a lot of passion connecting you. And with the justice showing up here, there's truth and clarity. It's an understanding. It's a balance. It's like almost like this passion is, well, first of all accepted and possibly communicated between the two of you. But also, like I said, it's about balance, that Justice card. I love the colors of this Justice card. They're so warm. This is Libra energy, which is also an air sign. And I personally feel the air signs are a little bit cooler energy, you know. Aquarius, the least of all. Gemini and Libra definitely more so, more like cool, like blues kind of energy, okay? So, but this card is so warm, this Justice card. And to pair it with all of this fire energy, that's a lot of passion. I feel like they feel like there's a balance there in regards to that. And I mean, the cards that bring the energy that's bringing you together is unexpected pleasure. So, I mean, I don't know, that kind of makes sense that there's a balance here of this like passionate energy. Can we take a look at the Five of Shells? It says hope and readjustment for how they feel. Five of Shells. I mean, the Five of Cups itself is not like a doomsday card in relationship or anything. It just means that there's disappointment, you know, and it doesn't mean disappointment in you. It means disappointment in something that has happened between you. But like I said, in this deck, it says hope and readjustment. So like, it's almost like the opposite, the opposite of what it means in traditional tarot. Can we please clarify this Five of Shells, this hope and readjustment? Maybe this was a connection that struggled and was falling apart, and you've found this passion again with each other, and this could talk about them finding peace with that and hoping for more to come of it, you know? Or it's possible it's possible that in this connection, if it's a newer connection, that all there has been so far, oh, my deck is upside down, that's why it wasn't, okay, has been passionate energy. And so maybe like a hope for it to become more than just that. I don't know, take it how it resonates, but that might be here. Can we take a look at the Five of Shells, hope and readjustment for how they feel about Aquarius? Can you please clarify this for me? We get the Temperance card, which is a card of healing, okay? Interestingly, it is a card of hope. It's a card of healing. It's a card of dedication and timing. Sometimes it's patience, okay? Having the patience to wait for something to balance itself out, because this is a card of balance. Justice was also a card of balance, but Temperance, by the way, Sagittarius energy, but this is wanting something to be perfect, okay? And it being willing to put in the time for that to happen. Because with the Temperance card, we're balancing out energy, we're balancing out I can't remember the word, but we're trying to balance it, and in perfecting something that requires trial and error, that requires just patience and time. And so there is something here that the Five of Cups coming up, there's something here that they were disappointed in, but they have hope. Both with this deck here and also with that Temperance card showing up, they have hope that things will repair, things will balance out, that there will be healing, and which leads right into this hope for their future. I mean, what do they want in the future? We get the Four of Shells, which in this deck is saying soul searching and reevaluation, which I feel like that's hopeful energy. That's like, this one says readjustment and this one says reevaluation, and it's like they hope that they can take another look at this connection, you know, like we'll look at this connection again and see if we can make something out of it, or see if we can, you know, find more in it, is what that feels like to me. Can you please clarify the Four of Shells for their hopes for the future? Yeah, they're hoping that you can reevaluate this connection, take another look at it, find that it is everything that you wanted. This Nine of Shells, like I said, is wish fulfillment. It's getting everything you hope for, and then release what pain existed in the past, you know? That Three of Feathers says release and recovery. It's making much more sense to me now that we've clarified a bit. I really feel like they're hoping that for another chance. I feel like this feels like a connection that you had in the past that is suddenly sparked again, has suddenly sparked, and they're hoping that you will find more with each other. But they see you as holding back, like they see you as not letting go of something. And that is stopping like forward progression for yourself and for them. Please clarify the Four of Shells. So they want you to release it and recover from it and see wish fulfillment in this connection with them. I almost feel like the cards don't want to clarify it now that I've seen it so clearly. Can you clarify the Four of Shells? The Seven of Cups and the Page of Swords. The Seven of Cups is about options, okay? It can also be about confusion. And tied with the Page of Swords, I feel like that really is what it is. Like, this is confusion. There's like so many choices. There's so many ways that this could play out, and they don't know which way it's going to play out. And they're curious about what's to come. We get the Page of Swords here, which is the investigator of the tarot. You know, somebody who is curious and trying to find an answer, but they're like not asking their question directly. So I feel like this person, they do want you both to reevaluate, like it says here. Look at the situation. There's so many possibilities here. Let's look at them. Let's examine them. Let's try and figure out which one. Let's try and find one that we both match up with, and that like brings the connection forward. I feel like they want to know if you want to do that too. Like with the Page of Swords here. With the Page of Pentacles that came out as well, which is, both of these are pages, but the Page of Pentacles I look at more as a student. I know that I said that because the Page of Swords is also, they're both very curious energy, very like wanting to understand more, wanting to question, wanting to understand. The Page of Pentacles has to do with, because the Page of Swords is about information, you know, and about truth and clarity. And the Page of Pentacles is also looking for those things, but also commitment and stability. And I think that they want to find that. They see the potential in the situation, and they want you both to reevaluate it and find that road that will lead to progression for the two of you together. Let's take a look at that Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. Can you please clarify the wish fulfillment? Nine of Shells, gratitude and fulfillment. I thought at the beginning of the reading that it seemed like it might be a new person, but yeah, this really does feel like past energy. We are so often connected to past energy because we wrap ourselves up in it, you know, and then it's hard to let that go. It's hard to uncoil ourselves from it all. Can you please clarify the Nine of Shells? But I imagine as a viewer, you want me to clarify these because as a viewer, I feel like I'd want them clarified, but I feel like I'm not supposed to. Three of Feathers, Three of Swords. Can you clarify that? The release and recovery. We'll give it a shot. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else coming out for that. I think that this person really wants they want to look at the situation again. They want to look at the connection again and see if it can be repaired and moved forward. Like, can we recover? Can we release? Can we find this? Well, they're hopeful that you will. They're hopeful that you'll be able to release and recover, that you'll be able to find the path that leads to the two of you being together and leads to that that wish fulfillment. So that is what they're hoping for here. I'm gonna draw some message cards here from the Charming Oracle, Dark Side, Light Side. Wow, I just looked at the clock. This video is so long. Okay. Do we have any messages from this person for Aquarius, please? These message cards are words, and so sometimes they need to be, the message itself doesn't need to be changed. I've said this before, but I feel the need to say it every time I use them. Sometimes the words have to be adjusted to fit your situation, not the message behind the words, okay? Just the wording of the statement might need to be adjusted to fit your situation, but also they're message cards, so they're very specific, and if it doesn't feel like it is your message, then maybe it's not. These are general videos. There are other people watching, so it might just be intended for another viewer. But can we please, how does this person feel about Aquarius? Okay. This is what we have. What we have, I never knew the meaning of true love until you came into my life. I should never have walked away from you like that. I was just overwhelmed by the intensity of this connection. I regret this now. I'm really sorry that I've hurt you. Know that it was hurting me too. I'm holding myself back from contacting you because I don't feel ready for you yet. So if this is a connection where you are contacting, like you are in contact, then an example would be, this might actually be worded as, I'm holding myself back from like progressing with you, from moving forward with you, from being open with you about what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling, because I don't feel ready. I don't feel ready for that yet. I ignored you because I was trying to suppress my feelings for you. And that comes out here in a couple of messages. Like what they felt was shocking to them, was surprising to them. The intensity of the connection was overwhelming. They're trying to suppress their feelings for you. And so they have maybe not been as open with you, as honest with you as they would like to be, because they're overwhelmed by it all. I mean, that did come out over here. This, like, one of the first things that they felt was that they felt so overwhelmed with it before, and now they feel like they're moving to a more peaceful and a more calm space. And so maybe that's allowing them to get to a point where they can express themselves more. They are here trusting themselves more, believing that they know, and that they are capable, and that they can trust where they're leading themselves. Let's go ahead and take a look at a message from Crazy Sexy Love Notes. We get a message for Aquarius in regards to this connection. Forgiveness heals. Forgive yourself and others. Let go of the old story. Release any guilt and blame. Everyone is doing the best they can. This includes you. Kickstart the healing process by surrendering all the judgment and hurt. Your health and happiness will thank you. And this is how they're seeing you here. This judgment card is the release. It's what this is saying. Release yourself. Forgive. Let go of guilt, let go of blame, release it all. Because when you do that, you set yourself free, but they see you as like knowing, it's like, you need to do this, or maybe you've started this process, but you're still holding on. And so it's like the doors have started to open, the walls are coming down, but it's like you're doing it slowly, and like, or maybe like, um, uh, thinking of a school bus, because those windows would get jammed. You'd try to open the window and it would get jammed on its way down. And so you really had to like shimmy it and like shake it a bit to like pop it all the way down. And it's like they see you trapped. They see you holding yourself back from that release, that judgment. Like you're waiting for something from them, maybe, because it's paired with that Seven of Pentacles, which is kind of a waiting energy. But they feel like you could set yourself free. You could open the doors. You could drop those walls. Anyway, Spirit is advising you to do it. Forgiveness heals, release it, set yourself free from that, maybe forgiveness for yourself, maybe forgiveness for them. I don't know, I'm not in your situation. But do it. Set yourself free, set them free. And maybe you'll reevaluate and find your wish fulfillment here, or maybe you won't. I mean, that's up to you, but definitely forgive, let it go, so that you can move forward. Anyway, that's all that I have for you this week, Aquarius. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry it was so long. I hope that it resonated with you. I hope it brought you some clarity. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please let me know. You can like or comment on the video. That lets me know. My email address is also listed in the description box. I have had emails from people, and I love it. Getting to hear more of the story and getting to know my viewers more. I really enjoy it. So please feel free to email me if you'd like. And yeah, good luck to you. Have faith, have hope, be positive, move forward with gratitude and generosity so that you will bring in more reasons to be grateful and more ways to be generous with those around you. So thank you so much again. I hope you have a great day. I hope I see you back here again soon, Aquarius. Bye.